Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
On the national news this hour from Babagwagede Imo Television, first the headlines. Enroll your children in schools or go to jail. NEMA urges concerted effort to curb human natural disasters. Rivers police arrested suspected trafficker, rescue newborns. Suspected herdsmen hijack fully loaded Benue Links boats, butcher passengers. And in sports, Nigeria lacked killer instinct against Saudi Arabia, Basero. I am Maureen Rabila Lawal, the news in detail. The Senate has passed for first reading a bill that recommends a fine of 50,000 naira to a parent who defaults in providing their children primary secondary education. The Red Chamber also recommended free meals for every child in the country. The bill proposed by Senator Orji Kalu, titled Compulsory Free Universal Basic Education Act 2004. Section 2 states that every government in Nigeria shall provide free, compulsory, and universal basic education for every child of primary and junior secondary school age. The Act further states that every parent shall ensure that his child or wife attends and completes his primary school education and junior secondary school education by endeavoring to send a child to primary and junior secondary school. The Act further states that stakeholders in education in local government areas shall ensure that every parent or persons who has the care and custody of a child perform the duty imposed on him under Section 2(2) of this Act. The Act further noted that a parent who contravenes the earlier prescription should be liable on the first conviction to be reprimanded. On second conviction, a fine of 2,000 or imprisonment for a term of 1 month or both, and on subsequent conviction to a fine of 5,000 or imprisonment for a term of 2 months or to both. As the World Bank the 2023 International Day of Disaster Risk Reduction, National Emergency Management Agency (NEMA) has reiterated the need for concerted effort to curb the devastating impact of human and natural disasters. Director General NEMA Mustafa Ahmed made the call during the agency's celebration of the International Day of Disaster Risk Reduction and 10 years anniversary of Disaster Risk Reduction (DRR) by NEMA yesterday in Abuja. He said the culture of risk awareness and reduction has been proven to increase risk communities' resilience around the world, as well as the protection of vulnerable groups facing inequality. Re-echoing the United Nations Secretary General's call to all nations to embark on risk reduction in all investment and development decisions to bolster resilience, especially for the most vulnerable groups and persons. The DG said inequality regards disaster resilience. This year's theme, Fighting Inequality for the Resilient Future, aligns with the inclusiveness position of the UN to ensure that no one is left behind. The theme buttresses the need for all actors to come together to fight inequality in order to achieve effectiveness. The Rivers State Police Command has arrested a suspected child trafficker identified as Peace Effiong with 2 newborn twins along the Romokini Choba axis of the East-West Road in Obiakpo, local government area of the state. The State Commissioner of Police, Emeka Nwoye, discloses in Port Harcourt on Friday, adding that Command's anti-cultism unit intercepted a Toyota Sienna carrying occupant with suspicious behavior in the area. Nwoye said operative of the anti-cultism unit conducted a vital operation on Thursday, 5th of October 2023. While on intensive patrol along Romokini Choba East-West Road, Port Harcourt, they intercepted a Toyota Sienna carrying occupant with suspicious behavior. Upon conducting a search, we discovered twin babies, a male and a female, both approximately 2 days old, in the company of one Peace Effiong. However, Effiong could not provide a satisfactory account of the baby's origin. Her alleged husband, an unknown man, fled, abandoning one of the babies. Effiong confessed to being introduced by a friend in Lagos to procure these newborns in Port Harcourt for the sum of 2.8 million naira. We have initiated an investigation to apprehend all the suspects involved. Moving on to the next story. Government suspected to be Fulani herdsmen on Thursday attacked a Benue Links boat conveying passengers to Otopo en route Naka Road, Gray West LGA at Tiolaha village. One passenger was killed and several others were injured during the attack by the marauders. Information gathered that the latest attack is not the fourth time a marauding herdsmen have carried out such gruesome attacks on passengers along the dilapidated road. Tiolaha village has been a hotspot for persistent attacks by suspected Fulani herdsmen. The herdsmen, who were almost 15 in number, thwarted any resistance by their victims, which caused them to disperse on escape with ease. These incessant attacks have caused most residents to flee and farmers to relocate from that part of the road, while the remnants called on the government and security operative for protection. Borno Police State Police Officer Enekwe Catherine, who confirmed the incident, said a bus belonging to Benue Links, which was heading to Otopo, was attacked by unknown gunmen, and 3 persons, including women, were wounded and 1 person died this morning. From Benue to Kwara State. 2 Kwara State High Court sitting in Ilorin have sentenced 5 persons to various jail terms for committing internet fraud offences in the state. Justice Adenike Akinpelu and Mahmoud Abdelgafar of the State High Court convicted and sentenced the 5 persons to previous jail terms after they were proven by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to have committed the crime. The convicts are Oyedepo Olamileko Benjamin from Irekodun, local government area of Kwara State, Suleiman Sahil Olayinka from Ilorin South local government area of the state, Fakeye Tolulope Emmanuel from Ila local government area in Osun State, and Great Ukayin from Jesse local government area of Delta State, and additional Joseph Oluwaseun from Ogbomoso North local government of Oyo State. The defendant, according to the EFCC, were prosecuted on separate accounts before the justice pleaded guilty to their respective charges. Upon the guilty pleas, the prosecuting counsel, Andrew Akoja, Mustafa Kegama, and Isabel Adeniro narrated the circumstances that led to the arrest of the defendant. They urged the court to consider the plea of the defendant, the extrajudicial statement, and all the exhibits tendered to convict the defendant as charged. Justice Akinpelu, in a judgment, sentenced Oyedepo to 6 months imprisonment with an optional fine of 150,000 naira. Then ordered the forfeiture of 1 Apple iPhone X, HP laptop in the sum of $457 benefited from the unlawful activities to the federal government. The judge also sentenced Suleiman to 6 months imprisonment with an optional fine of 100,000 naira and ordered that one Samsung A03 phone recovered from the convict be forfeited to the federal government. Moving on to the next story. The Super Eagles' failure to secure more than 2 goals in their international friendly against Saudi Arabia in Portugal on Friday was down to a lack of killer instinct among their misfiring strikers, coach Jose Peseiro has stated. The Portuguese bemoaned the lack of a cutting edge after his side created numerous scoring chances and dominating possessions against the Green Falcons, but failed to take advantage on them. Just as happened in their only previous encounter 13 years ago, which was also a friendly match, Nigeria and Saudi Arabia could not be separated at the end of the second ever meeting in Portugal on Friday, with the 3-time Asian champions netting a large grasp equalizer from a free kick at the edge of the box that deflected off Calvin Bassey. We need to improve on our finishing, Peseiro said in his post-match interview. I think we played very well in the first half and we could have scored about 3 to 5 goals, and in the second half as well. We created more chances in the second half, but we could and need the killer instinct in this squad, but I'm happy with the result. Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, and Samuel Chukwueze had first-half chances to put the Super Eagles ahead, but could not, only for the Saudis, who had lost their last 6 matches in all competitions, to take a short lead on the hour mark when goalkeeper Francis Uzoho palmed the ball into his own net from a free kick way out of the flank line by Salman Al-Faraj. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's national news from Baba Bagede Imo Television. Before we go, some major headlines. Enroll your children in schools or go to jail. NEMA urges concerted effort to curb human natural disasters. River police arrested suspected trafficker, rescued newborns. Suspected herdsman hijack, fully loaded Benue links boats, butcher passengers. On sport, Nigeria lack killer instinct against Saudi Arabia, coach Jose Peseiro. For updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Babagede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Bagede Imo with Alawi Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. For ad replacement of your goods and services, coverage of events and function, please dial the phone number streaming on the screen for ad replacement only. Thank you for watching. I am Moriri Rabila Lawal. Good afternoon.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.